is Way Up with Angela Yee. Finally, Trevor Jackson is here with us.
We're reunited and it feels so good.
Reunited. Listen, Trevor Jackson, I was thinking about like what, you're not even a triple, you know how people always say triple threat? You're like a quintuple threat. Because if you think about everything you've done, Broadway, acting, writing, also singing, directing. I mean, you do it all.
Yep, I love it. I'm happy that I have multiple outlets to express myself. It really helps. It helps out the hard areas of my life. So when I'm able to either write a song or shoot a scene, that I'm able to release some of that tension that everybody gets from just being alive. It's a gift.
That we all have from just being alive. You're absolutely right.
Just put me on this rock in the middle of space and tell me that I'm just supposed to be cool with it.
And you're always very pleasant to everybody too, which I like. I've seen your interactions with people, and I think that's such an amazing thing because you've been in this business for 20 years.
Yeah.
And you're still in your 20s, which is crazy. But a lot of times people can get very jaded.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't feel like you're jaded.
No, I mean, I love people. I think the only time you get like that is when and I was having this conversation the other day, but I was like, when the cameras are on you and the lights are on you and everybody's looking at you, you start to think it's about you. But when you know that it's a conglomerate, it's a community of things, and I was put here to do a duty, then you treat everybody with that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's like, I feel like when people start thinking, hey, I'm that, I'm idolizing yourself, you kind of fuck him, fuck her, I don't really care, you know what I mean? It becomes that, but I definitely always want to respect humans. I know that I've been through a lot, so for me to still be alive, I know that anybody my age or older or whatever, 18, 19, you got to go through some stuff to keep going, so I respect that in people.
Isn't it amazing to be like 20 years in this business, but you're still in your 20s?
My birthday's in 9 days, I think. What's today?
You said I think. What is today? The
August 22nd? No, 8.
Oh, wow. That's August 30th? That's 30th. Mano's birthday, too.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
So you guys are Virgos.
Yeah, Virgos. We the best.
You think you have Virgo? What's Virgo qualities?
My Virgo quality is I guess I'm particular when it comes to my creative, but my life is not Virgo. Like, you know what I mean? I'm messy.
Yeah, we know. We're going to talk about it. Don't worry.
I meant messy as in my room is messy.
Okay, I thought you meant
what the
messy.
heck? Angela. What the heck, dude? But no, just like my crib and like I don't keep shit like tidy. I'm kind of like on the move.
Well, that probably if you're messy and untidy, then your life is probably also a little messy too.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I'm getting there though. I'm perfecting it. Trial and error.
Now, first of all, your whole the way you even started off, and shout out to Nia. She is she just wrapped up starring in The Lion King on Broadway. She was playing Nala. That's
Nala,
my friend's daughter. Yeah.
Okay, dope.
And so you started off really on Broadway in The Lion King, and that is such a huge role to have to play.
Yeah, it is.
I actually had the opportunity to go do while she was on Broadway to go and do like a walkthrough backstage,
backstage tour and all that.
The whole tour. It was amazing, but just to think about a young Trevor Jackson playing that role.
Yeah. I loved it, man. I loved it. It's the whole first hour of the show, so it's a lot. And then we had school too, so it was like you wake up, got school from 11 to 4. You get like an hour break, then you got to go to the theater to start setting up, get makeup done, all this stuff, and you have the show. And I remember I had done 840-some shows by the time I was done. I was 8 years old to 11 years old. I was on tour performing that. And sometimes if the other Simba is sick or whatever, I got to do his shows because it's 4 and 4.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I mean? So it was definitely an experience, but it trained me for all the stuff I got to do now. Like, we got to go here, then we got to go here, then we got to do this. So I'm used to putting in the work, which is good.
And then as a kid, though, at that age, I have to imagine that sometimes did you ever just say, I don't feel like doing this today? Never? Okay.
No. Wait, can I go? I used to cry if I couldn't. Like one time I fractured my foot while I was on tour, and I tried to act like I didn't hurt it, and they were like, "We see you limping." And
like,
they took me out. I was
limping.
Like,
we can't
I should have never told you guys. I was crying. I was so dramatic. I was a dramatic ass kid.
So your parents were always very supportive of this is what you wanted to do it, because that also for parents that's a big responsibility too.
I say my mom was, and my dad kind of jumped on later. My dad wanted me to hoop. My dad wanted me to be a hooper. And it wasn't up until like 3 years ago, he's like, okay. I'm going to let that dream
Wait,
die.
Hold on. Not up until 2 or 3 years ago?
I'm telling you, he's like, you could play.
He should have been let that go.
That's what I told him. I said, it's over with, man. It's over with. But, it's hard, though, for, from Indiana. It's not the biggest town. And so when someone says to you, hey, we're about to move to L.A., and, people in my family are like thinking my mom's taking me away, not knowing, like, hey, this is what I want to do,
Right.
So at first it was a little difficult, but I just can't live without doing it.
Yeah. And just to see the growth that you've had. When I first met you, it was when you were on Atlantic
15.
Records.
When we met, I was 15.
You were 15 years old, and he had just signed to Atlantic. That's crazy. And so they were like, okay, we're going to do some media training.
Yeah.
But you already were really good. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, he's 15, but he's pretty good at like being entertaining and engaging and answering these questions.
Yeah.
But the one thing I think at that time, and I know you've said this, is the music that you were creating,
I wasn't creating it. That's the problem.
right, wasn't you.
Yeah, exactly. It was stuff that was written. You get it. We live in this time where people, it's even like movies, everything's a remake. So
Right.
when you go into these labels, how can we remake Chris? How can we remake Trey Songz? How can we remake blah, blah, blah? And let's do the same thing they did. And that's just kind of like what I was feeling. And I woke up one day and was like, yo, I don't want to die feeling like I wasted this time of my life and not being real and honest with myself. So I had to leave. Called Craig, like, hey man, appreciate you, love you, but I'm out.
Yeah, and listen, but it seems like it's working out. You seem like you're much happier.
Yeah, I'm
Having
in
to
a
handle
great
things
space.
on your own.
Yeah, and I had to. I'm still becoming a man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think everybody is. I think you're always growing and always evolving.
Grown-ish,
Yeah,
yeah.
grown-ish. But I feel like I'm. I had to, step up and take handle of my business and become a businessman and hire my own team and really, put some stake in it and put everything I got. Everything I'm making from TV and movies is going back into the music. Is going back into music videos. Going back into the publicist. So
Right.
starting to get into that space, and yeah, I wanna be the Apple of, you know what I'm saying? I love Steve Jobs.
Yeah, it's always kind of a hard transition when you started doing this at a young age. People know you from like Disney. They know,
Yeah.
for different things.
Yeah.
And then they have to see you grow up.
Yeah.
And also grow up with your music. They're like, why is young? Because even when I see you,
Yeah.
you're always like 15-year-old.
I know.
Trevor to me, but you're not 15 anymore.
Definitely not. A little older than that
And
now.
we'll talk about the music because that definitely reflects because you weren't no 15-year-old side piece. But
Wait, I actually was.
no, what?
15? Yeah.
You were not.
Yeah. I'm sure most men, they probably don't tell you, but most dudes are in that spot.
Remember Pleasure P had the song Boyfriend Number 2?
Yes.
That
Love
was
that
like the
song.
epitome.
I freaking love that song.
We know.
It's very, very good.
So I'm confused. Do you like being in that spot or do you not like it?
I think it's a catch-22, right? Because you get to get the cake, but you don't got to do the responsibility part of it. And then, but that's how I feel like humans are. It's like what you can't have, you end up wanting, right? So it's like, hey, we're kind of talking. I get to go over here. But now I'm like, I hate the change in her voice when she's talking to him. It's a little softer. It's a little more caring. And I'm like, hey, why isn't she? Am I not worthy of that? It could be that. So it's
How do you hear her talking to him? You've been on the phone or?
she's been. I've had a girl like with me and then call her dude while she was being
Wow.
changed. I'm like, oh, you really love this guy.
I can't
feel like
believe.
shit.
I feel like no. I do want to say like it's complicated. The project that you put out, that's like a movie.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. And the song "Guy on the Side" was kind of the catalyst for the album because I wrote that and it was real. I was just like, yo, you're trying to like sell me on this dream, like, hey, I don't really care about him, but I'm like, I just
Yeah, you kind of do.
It's pushing and pulling. It's pushing and pulling. So I was like, don't send me no love. I cannot buy when I'm just a guy on the side. We can pretend all day, but you end up going back to him.
Right.
So that was kind of the catalyst of the project, and then the records just started coming.
But you can't really trust somebody that if you were like the side guy. I know it happens and it does work out sometimes.
Oh, you're saying like if I was a side guy and then we end up being together,
Yeah.
can't really trust her? Can you really trust anyone?
Aw. Don't do that.
I'm asking you.
I think that it starts off not trusting that way because you're always going to think like in the
doing
back
that?
of your head, she's not here. She's on a trip with her friends, but is she really on a trip with her friends? And then when she, tells you, I'm going to do this, you have to think she was telling her man
Yeah.
she was going to do this. So I think it starts off in a place of not trust.
Yeah.
Usually you start off in a place of trust and then
And
somebody.
then something happens,
Yeah.
and then you're like, nah, I can't trust you.
Yeah. I don't know that that's a solid foundation, and I know that people will say, "Oh, it happened. Oh, my mom was a side piece," and usually we hear about the woman being the side piece, and not normally the man, because men, y'all act like you like it too, like
What, being the side guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
guys will act
For
like it's
sure.
a good thing.
It
Like,
is.
Let
That's
her
what
go
I'm
home with
telling
her
you.
man. Let him take
That's what I'm
care of
telling
that.
you. It lasts that long until somebody you really like. You know what I'm saying? Because it can be somebody we just fucking around, but somebody you really like, and you're like, damn, I'm laughing all the time. We like the same food. Like, oh, but she can't be mine.
Right.
Weird place to be in.
Yeah. So how did that? Because this is a real story, and you've
There's
been
some stories.
Damn, how many oh my gosh, are you a career side guy?
I'm not a career side guy, but I just always kind of end up in that spot. But here's the thing,
Why
too.
is that, you think? Is it the energy you're putting out?
No, I think it's because I'm not in those times, like people that I was talking to, I made it clear, like, hey, I'm not interested in that.
Ooh.
And they didn't wait for me, but they still like me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're like, hey, I want something solid that's consistent that I can depend on and that's going to be there for me. And I can't fulfill those needs.
You could, you just didn't want to.
Exactly, there you go.
Okay, because you can't do it.
Yeah, I can, but definitely not. I'm moving. But, yeah, man. It's crazy.
I don't know why guys do that. Like when they start dating you, they think automatically you want to be in a relationship, so they let you know, look, just so you know, I'm not trying to do this. And then later on, they try to come back and say, actually, I do want that.
You guys do that too. I've experienced that. Like, hey, I have one girl. That's why I wrote the record. Fuck me and forget about me was that. She literally looked at me and said, just fuck me and forget about me. And I said, what'd you say?
Oh.
She said, fuck me and forget about me and just blah, blah. And I was like, okay, are we allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah,
like,
go
okay,
ahead.
I'm just cussing away. We're no cussing allowed. He said the worst one 7 times. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. And then we ended up really like being together and she wanted to like get married and shit. I'm like, I can't.
Why can't you?
Well, that wasn't the person for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, I did this thing where I'd get out of a relationship, I'd find something and hold it so tight and then be like, oh, I'm just holding it tight because I'm trying to either heal from the past thing or I'm trying to like just feel something. And then you end up being around that person and, you know, they're coming around more and like, I don't really like you. And we don't have the same things in common. And I wanted to go back to that part you were saying, being on the side. I feel like once you find it, you cannot be that for the right person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the right person you can stay with. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not all the way there, then that's when people get side people. But I think it is possible to be.
You know, it's interesting because this whole project is complicated, right? You start off with find out, and then you talk about how people have this preconceived notion. Maybe women hear something about you.
Look, Angela said, "I'm messy." Where'd she hear this at? I know. It's just
from the music, but you know, people will have but they should find out. And so, what do you hear about yourself that you're like, oh, that's not me? Because people do have an impression now too. So, you know, the artwork has you hiding under the bed while she's with another dude. You know.
So there's 2 things. I've had so many people come up and just be like, "Oh, I heard about you," and I'm like, "We just met. Can you just get your own opinion?"
Right.
You know. And then it's on the acting side of things. People will be like, "Yo, you're nothing like the guy in Superfly." I said, "Guys, I'm an actor.
Right.
I don't sell cocaine. It's not a thing I do." I had a dude really come up and be like, "Hey, bro, if you need that, you know, I'm really like that in the movie."
It's a movie.
I said, "Guys, this isn't real." Man.
It's so funny. Well, you do a great job. That means.
Thank you. But I was cracking up. I was at the bowling alley. A dude literally walked up. He's like, "Yo, if you need to move some." I was like, "Dude,
what?
I don't do that.
Right.
I don't do that."
You sure?
But God bless you, and you're in Devon.
Okay.
You know?
I know somebody if you need to.
I know somebody if you need to get some shit moved.
So, okay, but aside from that, when it comes to women, like, do you think that they look at you and think you're a player automatically?
Automatically. Well,
or that you don't want to be in a relationship?
Yeah, I think because I do music and I sing kind of like secular music, you know what I'm saying? They have an opinion. And the way I look, but I've had so many people come up and be like, "Yo, you're just so down to earth," and
right.
I'm not a dick. I love people and I want to talk to you. And even when we were waiting outside, some people came up and they were like, "I just wanted to say hi. We just didn't want to bother you." I was like, "Please, like, feel free anytime you see me." You put the cape on. You gotta wear it.
And you have the cape on. You know what else I want to talk about? The movie Burning Sands. Because that was an amazing, amazing movie. You did a great job in that. And it's kind of different from other movies and roles that you've played.
Yeah, it is.
But you didn't go to college, right?
I did not go to college.
So talk to me about that role and like how that might have changed you, things that you learned.
It changed me a lot. I was gonna quit acting right before that. I did American Crime. Before that, I was going to quit. And so then I did American Crime. I was like, okay, I kind of love acting again. And then I did Burning Sands, and I changed for the better because I really like dove into that. That's probably the deepest I've dove into like a character or like a role. Like I wasn't sleeping because when I'm talking to these people who pledge, like, yo,
you don't sleep.
You don't sleep. And, I'd be in the bathroom, like just kind of like marking myself. And I remember my mom came in the room one time. I was like, "Get out!" She was like, "What's going on in there?" And I came out. I apologized. Like I was in the zone. You just came into the danger zone. Just let me get my shit here. But yeah, so that was a really cool experience. and I feel like I became a man. That was my first time too. It was all dudes on the set, so it was a lot of testosterone. But we became brothers, and it was a really, really amazing experience. And some of those guys are still, we have.
Yeah, pledging is a wild thing. I just remember being in college, and when people have to pledge, they're not sleeping. They're doing things that are...
They're covering up like an abused spouse. I mean, like, I just hit the pole. I just fell down the stairs. No, you didn't.
Man, my ex-boyfriend, he pledged, and I remember they would make him drive from like college to do people's laundry, to do their homework, and one day he hadn't slept at all. He crashed because he was driving from one school to another school, and he hadn't slept, and he totaled his car.
It's not
he
worth
died.
it to be a part of a, you know what I mean? It's never worth it. You gotta... it's not worth it to die, is what I'm saying.
Right? Yeah, to not pledge.
let's not die trying to pledge. Okay.
What you think? If you went to college, you would have pledged?
Probably. After the movie, probably. Before, I was like, fraternities, like I wasn't, Mm-hmm. But then I was learning the history and the beauty of the community. But I don't believe that you have to take it as far as some people do. And I think it's just like anything. If you're playing sports. Mm-hmm. Some people do steroids, maybe some don't. I'm not saying everybody's bad, but there are, like, in our film, that opening scene, that river, 3 people died in that river because they were pledging, trying to swim across, and they drowned.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? When is it worth that?
No,
when
it's
is it
definitely
ever
not.
worth that?
That's wild.
Yeah.
It seems like you're the type of person that likes to know the history of things, too, when you, with everything that you do.
Kinda.
I mean, look, I know you do martial arts.
Okay, yes, love martial arts. Bruce Lee's right here. Bing, bang, bong. And I've done capoeira for about 18 years now, which is all the African slaves that were brought to Brazil were not allowed to train martial arts, so they disguised it as a dance and hopped around. So when the slave masters asked what they were doing,
See what I mean?
We're just fooling around. We're just acting a fool, but really they were training to overtake the slave masters. And yeah.
But it means a lot more when you can do something and there's a history.
Oh, yeah, connected to it. And being black, it's just, there's so much that comes with that.
What does martial arts do for you in your everyday life? Like as far as focus, as far as dedication, also knowing if you got to fight somebody.
Right. I think for me it's service. I think when I'm doing martial arts, like with my teacher, my master, shout out Master Ashe, shout out Master Boneko, but I feel like it's one of the few times that I'm not worried about me. Mm-hmm. And, through my life, I'm like, I got to perform. I got to go to the interview. But this time I'm like, hey, how can I help the school? How can I help my teacher? And that gives me a service. I feel like I'm doing more of the serving part, which is a refreshing feeling. And it feels really good to be a part of something bigger than me. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's connected to so much history. And you can feel it when you're in those rooms and they're playing and the music is going. It's intense. You should come. Next time you're in LA, I'll take you a little something.
Really? Is it like a beginner? Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And, it'll be sick, though. I think you enjoy it.
Yeah, I would love to.
Cool little cultural experience.
And that also could help you with your roles too, right? Like I know you had to do things. Yeah, Superfly. You had to.
All martial arts, I was already doing that.
So I feel like something like this is going to happen because I could see Trevor Jackson doing something that is going to be more focused on that. Would that be something that you would love?
Yeah, Marvel. I want to be a Marvel something, DC something, any type of superhero where I'm fighting and. It's my dream. I'm a nerd.
Put that in the atmosphere.
Oh yeah. I saw Deadpool, Wolverine 4 times the week it came out. Absolutely loved it. And that guy's journey, Ryan Reynolds, of being somebody who fought for it, made it. Now you just made $1 billion in the first week and a half, and you fought for that. They told him he couldn't do it. They were like, you can. And he's like, I'm gonna do it. And he made it, put his own money into it, produced it. And I didn't realize how involved he was in the writing process, how involved he is in the. And that's why it's so good. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I want to say, see what I mean, though? You just researched everything we just talked about. You have all this background information on it, and you may not realize it, but you actually, like, everything that you're talking about that you want to do, it's not superficial.
Yeah, no, it's real. It's real for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Now, the music, let's get to that. All right, because that's a big deal right now for you having become independent and also writing your own music and working with your brother a lot as well.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So, and also being able to talk about real life things. Is it hard to talk about real life things too? Because sometimes some of that could be a little bit like, should I be?
Yeah, I think it's kind of the only place I feel comfortable enough to talk about it. Mm-hmm. I feel like when I meet people, I'm a little like, I'm open and easygoing, but when it comes to like my life, I'm kind of like, I have a hard time expressing. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes. But when I'm in there and it just flows out, that to me is the best time. And I think the fans, and even not fans, just people who are seeing me do it, it just matches up more.
Right.
Me and the music because it's coming from me. And Yeah, like I said, all these are experiences that happen like from a distance. I was talking to this young lass, I'm just kidding. And she like just cut me off out of nowhere, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I remember I had hit her up. I'm like, "Yo, where you at?" I thought we was linking, and she's like, "I'm good, love, enjoy," and didn't talk to me for like 5-6 months.
What did you do? Something happened. Something happened, because no one just does that. Trevor, what did you do?
I didn't do anything, but I'm pretty sure she probably thought, or somebody might have said something to her to where she just thought I did something. You know what I mean? But I didn't.
Okay.
And it wasn't my girlfriend or nothing, but we were talking.
Okay, so maybe she found out somebody else you were talking to, and then she didn't. Yeah.
But I'm good, love, enjoy is crazy. To
That
be
is-
the last thing to say to somebody.
By the way,
I'm
that's
good,
hilarious.
I'm good, love, enjoy. So the song, I'm good, love, enjoy. I wish you well.
I love that, though. And Eric Bellinger is on this project as well. I know you guys have a great relationship
Yeah.
from the beginning.
I want to talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of the few black men in this industry that has, like, I feel like done what I hope to do when I reach, you know, wherever I'm trying to reach. But it just, he saw me, you know what I'm saying? And I've been doing this for so long, and I respect him so much because he's a genius songwriter, genius artist. And he was like, "Yo, your shit's dope." And he kept hitting me up, like, when I was putting stuff. He's like, yo, like, you're really killing it. And it just meant a lot. And then he took me on tour with them, and he called me, and I was like, of course I'll go on tour. And when I went on tour, just to support, I've been on tour with other artists, and they hate me. Because I'm killing, I'm going crazy on the show. You know what I'm saying? But I've had
Right.
artists that I've opened up for and be like, hey, he does too much. Like, don't let him flip. Or
That's crazy.
don't let him sing this song because they, what? You know what I'm saying?
That's so hater.
That's
that
happened
kind
to
of means
me.
like step up your show.
Yeah,
Right.
sorry. And that's why a lot of people don't want that. But Eric Bellinger was so supportive, and his show was so amazing. We just meshed perfectly. And he helped me with the album, too. So 2 records we wrote together. But I had a whole list, and he was like, come over, let's go through them. We're only putting smashers on here.
Right.
And so I went over there, and he was like, yes, take that out, put that in there. Boom. And he kind of helped me curate it, and I added a few songs here and there. But it's a support level, and he's an amazing father and husband, and he's just, I look up to the guy.
Eric Bellinger is great as far as like him, like staying out the mix, but being in the mix enough that like everybody loves and respects him. And I only hear positive things about him.
You know what I'm saying?
In the business, and every time he's been up, he's even done lip service, and
Yeah,
it hasn't
yeah.
been too, you know,
Too
yeah,
bad.
he hasn't been too wild. He's,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, happily
Yeah.
married.
He's a really, really good dude, super, super talented, and our relationship means a lot to me for sure.
Okay. Now, what is it that Trevor Jackson wants? Like, what is it that you want that would make you feel like, because I can't tell relationship-wise, and I'm only asking this because this is what the album is clearly, it's complicated about that, but I'm not sure what you want.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to be happily
I want
in a
wife,
relationship?
I want kids. I
You
want
do? Okay.
Grammys, I want Oscars, and
Yeah.
I want to eventually direct, star, compose my own film,
Okay.
like Charlie Chaplin vibes.
And I feel like you could also, I feel like you can get an EGOT,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, because you have the ability to do that. Would you go back to Broadway?
It's hard, Angela.
know.
It's so hard. I just did the 11-day run for Tap Dance Kid at the New York City Center right here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the beginning of last year, I think. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yeah,
But
and-
nothing wrong with challenging yourself sometimes.
Yeah,
too.
but my thing is there's no life because I want to be so good. Like,
Right.
I can't talk after the show. I can't go hang out. I got to go home, sleep, go to the show, don't talk while, you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
the living aspect, too. I also want to be happy.
I feel like you've been working for so long.
Yeah, it's been a
Too.
minute.
Like, when have you ever taken time off? Because consistently you've been booked and busy.
Yeah, I think the longest I've done was like a month. I went to Hawaii for like a month.
Oh
I
wow!
was in Maui and just,
But that's like in all that time you've only had a month,
yeah, I really don't take vacations. I need to do better with that, but for sure.
and maybe when you when you have a wife
Yeah.
and kids.
Might not be too far away.
Is something going on? Something going on?
Slow-mo chair turn.
Oh, let me find out.
Wait. But I do want to say,
Okay, Mrs. Jackson.
but I do want to say that there is the music that I'm making. Obviously, when I make it, it's coming out later.
Right.
you know
So
what I
this
mean?
been happening.
So this is These are a while ago, and then I have 2 other albums that I'm working on, and one is not working on that are done.
Damn.
One is a breakup album, which is supposed to be the prequel to what this album is.
Okay, so you have a breakup, and then it's complicated.
That's why we're still fucking with each other, because we used to be together, and then we broke up, but we still kind of have that.
Oh my God! Imagine going from the main to the side. Ooh, it happens all the time.
Look at her. You just saw that in her head. She said, "I know exactly who that nigga is." Sorry for you, man. Sorry for you. And then the album after that is like, okay, I'm done with her. I'm back outside. I'm having motion. And this is what you did to me. You turned me into this thing.
You know what? People would never think that you would have issues when it comes to dating. I think
humans. We're humans. You know what I'm
but
saying?
people wouldn't think that. They'll be like, "Oh, Trevor could be with anybody." Like you would think any woman would be like, "I'm gonna break up with him for you."
Yeah.
But,
I've had that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, don't do that. Because I'm not going to take care of you. She's like, you're going to take care of me. No.
Slow down.
No. She's like, you're going to be my boyfriend. Okay, this is a real story. We're in the studio, having a good time. Things are going good. You know what I mean? And, about to leave. She's like, where are you going? She's like, what? You expect me to just go back home, my boyfriend? Like, what do you want me to do? He's probably going to break up with me. You're going to be with me? You're going to be my boyfriend? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, but God bless you. I had a great time, and hopefully we see each other soon.
Oh, my God. I'm good, love, and joy.
I'm good, love, and joy.
You hit it with that?
I'm good, love, and joy.
Do you talk to, like, your mom and your dad about your relationship issues, or do you?
I do. My dad's better to talk to than my mom. She's old school, and she's not the best person to talk about that.
Okay.
But she's great in other areas. But my dad will give it to me raw. I remember one time I called my dad crying about some shit, and he was like, "Son, every woman has a maintenance man." I said, "What? What do you mean?" Listen to what I said, son. Every woman has a maintenance man.
Ooh.
Some of the best advice I've ever been given.
So maybe you are the maintenance man.
That's what I'm saying. This album is up from The Maintenance Man. But I think as a young man,
this feels like a movie, The Maintenance Man.
That could be cool.
Starring Trevor Jackson.
That could be cool. Kind of like a hit vibe, but like maybe like Gigolo too.
Yeah, I could see that for you.
The Maintenance Man. Let's write it.
A little buddy movie.
That could be tight.
Okay.
But I think the hardest thing for men when you're growing up is to realize that women are human, because we look at you guys so higher than us. Mm-hmm. I think when you're growing up, your princesses, your things, and our job is to serve and help. And then when you guys do human stuff, like, hey, I feel like I'm going to do something, we're like devastated because we don't think that's, And right. I had to grow into that and realize, hey, we are all, you know what I'm saying? So it took me a minute to get there.
Yeah, you feel maybe you're going to be in an open relationship.
No. I can't. I've
You're
thought about
devastated.
it. I've thought about it. I just can't. Yeah.
You can't what?
I just can't. I can't. Like if we were in something and I went to do something, like I just don't want to be separated. It just feels like it's losing that. The reason why you're with someone in the first place. And it's not about the sex. It's just about you guys being together. You know what I'm saying?
Now let's talk about this tail.
Yeah.
All right, this tail
She's been talking about it since I've had it.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it. We know.
I didn't say that.
We know you don't like it. And I said I would cut it off at nipple length, and it's almost there.
It's almost there. No, I think it's past your nipple.
It's past. I tried to act like it.
Unless your nipple's oddly placed.
Down here. I got low-hanging nips.
So, no, but honestly, let's talk about this tail. So now what's the plan with this tail?
The plan is until I get a roll so big that I have to cut it off.
Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
Marvel, please.
Call him. Hey, Miles Morales, I could shave. I'm half Puerto Rican anyway. He's Dominican. Is he Dominican or Puerto Rican, Miles Morales? Dominican?
Somebody Google it. You think he's Dominican? He's Hispanic.
He is Hispanic and black.
Okay.
Anyways, I would love to play that.
So now 2 more projects on the way. When are those coming out? I feel like you just are like so pouring into your music so much now. I can't even imagine you taking a break to do a movie.
Yeah, but the good news is because all the music is recorded, I don't have to stop.
Okay.
That's why I always like to have stuff in the bag too. Because if I do film, we got singles, we got records, we got artillery.
Right.
So that's always a good.
You like the Tupac of R&B.
We were just talking about Tupac last night, talking about how he had a hard time getting out of his roles.
Right. I could see that when he did Bishop.
Yeah, exactly. They said that even when they'd yell cut, he'd still be like,
right.
Excuse me, in it.
Mm-hmm. You play some some roll, but that one. Go ahead.
I gotta smell it.
Is it Valentino? Born in Roma by Valentino. You know.
Ooh, that's really good.
Now you talked about wanting to have Grammys. What are some things that are on your bucket list still that you haven't achieved? I know you want to write, direct, produce movies, but what else do you want to do?
So yeah, the Grammys, the Oscars, and superhero. Mm-hmm. And I want to do a documentary called Chasing the Barrel, where I travel the world trying to find the best barrels surfing.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Yeah, sorry. It's called a barrel when the water goes over you and you're inside of it. Mm-hmm. So I want to take like me and people from all different walks of life and how surfing has helped them.
Okay.
Surfing has saved my life. You know what I'm saying? It really just helps me get back to ground zero, unplug, and just get connected with the flow of what's going on. Mm-hmm. And when you're in this industry, you're always... And I go out there and I see family of dolphin, family of pelican, and I'm like, everybody's just doing their thing.
So this was your Hawaii 1 month trip that you did?
No, this is in LA too. I surf.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say you must have been doing that every day when you were on.
No, in Hawaii I actually didn't surf. When I was there just wasn't waves for some reason, but I was going to like different cliffs, cliff jumping, and different sites where they used to meditate and stuff. There was this river that I went to that was really, really cool. They said like the ancient Hawaiians would go there and they would like pray and stuff. And I remember I sat in that river for like 4 hours and I was like crying.
Wow.
Wasn't doing nothing, didn't smoke, didn't know mushroom, and I was just there chilling. And I was feeling like those feelings when you do smoke, when you do shrooms. I was like, what is happening? Pretty powerful stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was cool.
It feels like you need some of those times because this business can really weigh on you.
100%.
And you've been through a lot, even just leaving the label, then having to go independent, and that's tough. People don't understand. I mean, it's tough to be on a label and not get what you feel like you deserve and what you need, and also not be able to have your own voice. But then it's also tough to have to do it on your own.
Yeah.
You know, you have to pick which is going to be your poison.
Exactly. But I think when you do it on your own, you don't live in the past or like in regret. And when someone else do it, you're like, man, you know?
Right.
So I'd rather lose on my own accord for sure.
And you also
but I'm not going to lose.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, you're good. You've already won. Now, you also started your own podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I forgot I did that.
Oh, my God. Trevor.
Yeah, I did. I do have a podcast. Yeah, check it out. It's called The Scenic Route. Me and my brother. Yeah. I think the best part about it is that I get to talk with my brother. We're both so busy, and he does a lot of the creative and business side with my music. So every time we talk, it's work, you know? And I miss the brother time when we used to be in the bedroom playing wrestling or watching different movies and us having that since we were little. So we kind of get to rekindle that as we're talking. And we try not to do too much points. We just kind of like shoot the shit, you know, and talk about different stuff. And it's amazing. It's amazing to be able to do that. It feels
therapeutic, too.
Yeah. I always said my brother was a big basketball player, broke a bunch of records at his school. And my dream was to always play basketball with him, and I never got to. So now I get to do life and business with him. So it's kind of like we're on the same team still. So
nobody you can trust like your own family.
For real. Well, some family you can't trust.
Okay.
But I'm thankful for my family I can trust. But I know some people are like,
no, you're right.
What your sister did? What to? She's like, yeah, we hate each other. I'm like, what?
Listen, people call in for Tell Us a Secret all the time, and they be like, I slept with my sister's man and had a baby, and she, and you be like, damn, with family like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen sisters like that. Like I've been over maybe to see somebody and their sister walk by in like booty shorts on purpose, like trying to like,
And of course you didn't never.
Of course I didn't. I don't do that. I'm a good dude.
Feels like acting. All right.
Feels like Shakespeare in the Park.
I know you've done some foul things, though.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm a human.
Right. He was like, I will leave it at that. Next album.
Like
Let me drink my soda.
Sprite. Sprite's good. You guys like Sprite? I love Sprite.
Well, Trevor, it's always such a pleasure. I could sit down and shoot the shit with you for
You're
hours.
Awesome. You really are awesome, and you've always been sweet to me and kind to me, and you're admirable. I admire you and how much work you put in, and it shows, and that's why people come and want to, be a part of what you're doing. Always.
Oh, thank you. That is so. I've been wanting to get you up here for so long, and I feel like this podcast, I love the fact that people get to see like your personality, also understand your backstory, where you came from, because you work so hard. Yeah. And people need to understand that and realize that. And I have to realize.
Also, she's iced out, y'all. I don't know if you guys, can you guys see her? She's iced out.
Thank you. Okay, my nails aren't done, though.
That's I
got to get my nails done. That's what I want to do today. You're iced out, too.
Well, I'm trying to get like you,
Wait, hold on. Let me see. What is that?
It's a hammerhead shark, but I lost the paintbrush. It's a hammerhead shark biting a paintbrush.
Okay.
Meaning, because my company's Born Art, and it's sharks, because sharks will die if they stop swimming. And my whole life they told me to slow down.
See, look at him doing his research again. I told you he researched. He doesn't even realize.
I didn't realize. I really did it. Now that you said it, I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Like everything you have is like an explanation.
All
like
my tattoos, man.
How many?
All of them. It's all this, my chest and then my back, and I got Ninja Turtles right here.
Oh, that's right. You love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But it's the martial art aspect and it's the brother aspect. I feel like I grew up with a lot of men, and I like to see men loving on each other and not being weird. Like, and we need more of that.
Right.
And I feel like that was like a good
like
example.
We need more turtles loving each other.
We need turtles. Come on, man.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Trevor, you got to come back like every time.
I will.
Honestly, you'll be a great co-host too.
I would love to
Yeah.
interview some people.
Yeah. Oh my God. Now that would be amazing.
So, lions or tigers or bears? What's your favorite animal? That would be my first question. No, not
I
cool.
would say tigers.
Tigers? I feel that.
Why? Why? So you like the bears?
I like bear, but I'm going to go lion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you were in the Lion King. You were a lion.
I was. For 3 years.
It's not fair. I say tigers because I like tiger print.
And it's more, that's more feminine. Tigers are more.
Are they?
Yeah.
They will kill you.
But more than a lion, though. They got a little more sex appeal to them than a lion.
I feel like
what
no
I'm
one likes bears.
saying? A lot of people like bears. My brother likes bears.
That's
They're like dogs. They're big-ass dogs.
No, they're not. Don't play with no bear.
Don't play with a bear like a dog. If you're Russian, though, if you are Russian,
like dogs.
if you are Russian, bears don't kill you for some reason. I always see old Russian dudes playing with bears in the fucking forest, and them niggas don't get eaten.
Did you see Cocaine Bear?
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Now that's the type of bear I hang no.
That's the kind of bear we can hang out
And then
with.
you can sell him some cocaine. And then,
Calm down. Here, I got what you need. I got what you need.
well, again, thank you so much. And guys, make sure you stream It's Complicated if you haven't already. And then we have the prequel coming soon. Is that what's next?
Yes, prequel is the breakup album. Very, very sad. And when we get off here, I'll play you just one of the songs.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
Do you cry during the breakup?
Yes, what?
And men don't like to admit that.
No, all men cry, and they should cry more. My dad lately has been crying a lot. And I said, that's because for 50 years you've not cried, bro. You've been trying to bite your lip. But no, dude, I went through my breakup 2 weeks after I tore my Achilles. So I have a cast on, and I'm in the studio. I had to keep lifting my leg up because all the blood was rushing down, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Recording this record, crying, blah, blah, blah. But it came out fast. It was the fastest album I've ever made. I made it in a week.
How long were you guys together before the breakup?
I don't know if I should answer this. This is live, isn't it? It's gonna be like, what? You said you... I'm just kidding. On and off about 6-7 years.
Okay. Is she publicly with somebody else now?
Huh? Is she publicly with somebody else?
Uh-huh.
No, but I did see her 2 months after at an event with some other guy.
Ooh.
And I literally... it's funny because right before I saw her, I like stood up and I was like, she's not gonna be in here. Look to the left, she's here with some dude. I hug her. I don't even say what's up to the dude because it's so fresh. I go to the bartender. I said, I just saw my ex-girlfriend in here with another guy. I need you to hook me up. He said, I got just what you need. 3 shots of tequila. I turned that place out. They left us.
You said I turned that place out.
They left. They left because they knew I was about to get rowdy.
She was like, I know my ex. And I know
She said, we need to go. We need to leave.
I know he's about to be in here.
Yes.
And then you were probably like, why didn't I bring someone?
Yeah. And I was trying to be respectful just in case. But also, if I'm being honest, I am a entertainer. Like I do this. She doesn't really do that as much. And it was like at one of those events, like an acting event.
Right.
So I'm like, why are you? Sorry. Let's not get into it. Let's move on.
All right.
I'm in a new
situation.
I'm in a new stage.
Okay. All right. Good. You know what?
I'm feeling good. God closes one door and he opens up a much bigger, better, badder door.
Ooh.
Beautiful, beautiful door.
Okay. We love beautiful doors.
Yes, we do. Walk through them, walk out of them, walk back in. Who knows?
Okay. Well, it's way up. Get ready for this prequel. I cannot wait. All right. Trevor Jackson, thank you so much. He's not 15 anymore, guys.